Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is called Steel. We are still at the market, just recovering from our almost a perfect selling spree over at this stall. Because to be honest, I think we did very well. So I'm hoping that at the end of this field trip and we get the results back, we will have some extra points because this was a hidden quest. So I think we did pretty well. So for now, I want to talk to everyone else at the market before heading back to the inn to close off the day. I wonder what all the fuss was about earlier. Whatever it was, it's gone and ruined my day of shopping. Yep, and that's exactly what they were saying during the fight, that yes, you may want what you want, but fighting over it doesn't help. Because in the end, the customers are the one to suffer. And no one on the market thrives by that. The general protocol is that the Grand Market closes once the sun sets. Once it happens, the entrance itself is locked for the day. It's hard to evaluate the store's good in the dark after all, so it's been this way for years now. Aha. Alright. 1. Just to keep it on even 10. Oh, welcome, welcome. Come along and have a look at our goods. All that ruckus earlier ended up costing me time. I could have used to make some sales. I've got to make up for that. The day's almost over, so let's keep the pace up until it's time to close the shop. Welcome, welcome. Come along and have a look at our goods. All the rockets, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I'm sure you will be fine. This little rodent here used to be raised as livestock back in the day. It's quite a charmer, isn't it? How about you buy one before you head off to have dinner? Well, I'm thinking he's talking about Pickard. We saw a lot of it in the East games, and I have to be honest, it is really cute though. I can understand if they decide not to eat it anymore. The market manager used to have an incredible skilled merchant with years of experience in the Grand Market. He was so skilled in fact that he easily made the most profit for 7 whole years in a row. Can you believe that? His skills clearly remain despite that being around 40 years ago, as seen by how well he serves as the market manager. Yeah, he's pretty good at that. The market manager is a merchant to the core, raised here in the Grand Market. I can only imagine how much these tax increases and the resulting issues pain his heart. Yeah, if you put it like that, I can imagine that, because if he's been around the Grand Market almost his entire life, he cares about these people, he cares about the merchants. And having such a big increase in tax, no one gains from that, only the regional lord. And thus another day draws to a close. Just how did this day turn out for you all, I wonder? Or I suppose. Please open your hearts to me. Yeah, you need to work on your lines. Not the best I've ever heard. Oh, I've loved honey ever since I was a young girl. I always wanted to become a bee when I grew up, but it never happened and I ended up selling honey instead. At least I can be all I can be here, and that's something to be happy for. Excellent punch. Still only the 1 honey? Yes it is. You know what, I have 9, let's do one more for even 10. Ah, damn it. Why did I have to end up all the way back here? Now I won't get any customers. I'll probably only make enough to cover my setup cost now. And then there's tax on top of that. Not much I can do though. I do as the market manager says and tough it out here for now. Yeah, cause you divided the time here at the market. It's for 2 months and every other week you'll have the good spot. You'll be fine. It's the best what you can get. The only thing that you have to be troubled about is that you don't have the first week. I heard a rather disconcerting rumor from the merchants here. It would seem that more and more issues are arising within the Grand Market these days. What's more, the provincial army seems to be taking no action whatsoever to deal with them. Things like this may come to affect the market prices. Yeah, we heard the same thing when we were at the market manager's house earlier, that the provincial army is actually not doing anything to quell these, let's say, altercations. Even though, as the provincial army, they should. I wonder if there's something behind that. Guess I should be closing up shop soon. Probably wouldn't made more if it weren't for that ruckus earlier, but oh well. It's always better to blame yourself so you can keep making an effort to improve. Merchants set up shop at the Grand Market. Don't have the luxury of making excuses. It's always better to blame yourself. Well, it's a bit of a negative attitude. I think it's good to be critical of yourself so you can see where you can improve. But if you always say it's your fault, you're only being too negative and you will never make progress when you do something well, because you won't be able to recognize that. It's a mix of the two, isn't it? It's only natural for people to start arguing if they somehow end up with the exact same stall. Location is what can make or break a merchant's chance of success after all. I do hope Duke Elberer pays more attention next time so we won't have a repeat of this. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? If there was an accident, fine. But if this is happening more and more, then it's no longer an accident, it's intent. Then the question more is, why? Maybe we get to figure that out tomorrow. I happened to come across some fantastic silk produced in the East. The stall's owner was even kind enough to inform me that getting one's hand on a material like that is a rare feat. Father, relinquish your wallet to me. There's money to be spent. Hear me, Clarice. We did not come here simply to enjoy the leisure of shopping. What's more, isn't 300,000 mirror for one piece of fabric a bit too expensive? Clarice? Please listen to your father for a moment here. Oh, you lost that money, man. You lost it. Jeez, these young merchants keep causing trouble for the market manager. What are those going to realize that sales drop for everyone whenever they have their stupid fights? Here's hoping they regret what they did and try to focus on actually acting like merchants. Yeah, because that's what I said earlier as well, like, arguing in front of the customers doesn't help anyone. It just negatively impacts the sales. So that's why all these market people are not very happy with the two of them. Alright, that's it for the marketplace. So that means we have talked to everyone in town. I'm guessing it's time to go to bed. Yes, return to the inn for dinner. A calm and peaceful night at Celdic. If I was actually there, I would definitely walk the streets just to take in the nice cool breeze and enjoy the hearing of the bugs. It can be really relaxing.
That was delicious. Those were some seriously fresh vegetables too.
Yeah, nothing beats food made from local ingredients.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account. I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Considering macchias and juices, I think there's a highly good chance they're fighting right now.
Somehow, I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
That would certainly be a shock if they were. I can't help but question what exactly Class 7's purpose is, though. Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience... I don't know. things. Like all kinds of things, big and small. What I can't wrap my head around though is why.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling at Thors in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
I hadn't considered that.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple.
To better oneself.
I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day. What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the Academy?
There's no one single reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seemed like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
I see.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then. See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to do something completely different.
You did?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd get into a music academy, right?
Oh?
Well, I wasn't that serious about it or anything. What about you, Rean? You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Yeah, Rean, let us know.
Me? I wanted to find myself, I guess.
That's actually very deep. Very, very philosophical. 'Cause I think that's something we all strive to do, I guess, in one form or another.
Find yourself?
Huh?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
It is a pretty cool answer, but like he already says himself, it makes it sound a lot more deeper than he probably meant to.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist. You sure don't come across as one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
There's still something on Laura's mind, isn't there? I wonder if we get to hear it. I want to hear it. Oh, so you want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? Yes, please. We only have until tomorrow evening, so we need to get an early start. We really appreciate it. Oh, no problem at all. Have a good night. Good night.
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation, and I'm not about to remind her.
Rean?
Ah, here it comes.
What is it?
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering. Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not? Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
The Divine Blade. Curious. What a specific name.
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Arcade School consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training.
Yeah, and was this exactly what Rean was doing when we were in the old schoolhouse for the very first time? Evaluating her sword style because he studied the sword as well?
In addition, my father once told me, If you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fi for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest, I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaf School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations.
Why do I get a feeling that Laura isn't believing that? Like, she senses more from him. But if he really isn't holding back, maybe he doesn't know his own limit. Maybe that's the case.
Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment, I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
Actually, I would rather go outside with you and spar a little. But I think that's what she means, right? That she senses more in him. That he's consciously holding back. And he knows it. And I think of also being a sword master, not maybe fully master, but at least experienced enough to assess that from another sword user. Yeah. I think she knows what she's talking about. And I'm hoping that Rean realizes that as well. 'Cause maybe then we get this first S-Craft.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
I think it's because Rean is actually quite an interesting character.
I was just trying to work out the best time to apologize, that's all. It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
Rean's not the only one bottling up his feelings, though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, now you can't deny that.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Yeah, if you're saying that about another person and people know that you're doing the same thing, then you cannot deny that. Thankfully, she didn't. Oh, we didn't get an option to train outside with Laura. Would have been cool if we could, though. Maybe somewhere in the future we can. Okay, so we got 2 extra points for a day as a merchant. So 3 is probably for finding the quest, and the pluses are for how well we did. And in that regard, is there any bright idea that we get a +1 because we picked the right code for opening up the door? Which I'm still wondering, was that the same code as in Trails in the Sky? I really need to check that out, because I think it was. Anyway, I think we did pretty well on the points. Almost to B5.
Drinks are on me someday.
Someday. Another day, another town to explore and talk to everyone. Oh, here are your tasks for the day. The market manager left them with me. Oh, thank you. Received field study envelope, April. Alright, let's see what they gave us today. 2 optional. No recommended, required. What does that actually mean? Means that we have to find the required step somewhere along the way if we just go explore, or if we do these 2? Because there has to be a required one, right? The one that moves the story forward. I am intrigued. Alright, let's read these two at least. The Lost Wallet. Yesterday I found a wallet on the floor in front of my stall. Would someone be willing to find its owner for me? See me at the ceramic stall and I'll tell you more. Lizzie. West Celdic Highway Monster. Market Manager Otto. A large ferocious monster has been sighted on the West Celdic Highway. We'd all be happier if someone took it out. Monster is a Zordar. Stone bridge leading to Heimdallr at the West Celdic Highway. Market Manager Otto. Even fewer than yesterday. Well, maybe he gave us less work to do because he knew we were going back to Trista today. Sounds about right. He's a very considerate man. The last train heading out your way leaves here around 9 tonight. You got those done quick enough? You can have dinner here before you leave. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your kindness. Shall we get started then? Sounds good. Looks like today's tasks are all optional. Hey, Laura, I want to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. Rean. As I told you then, this is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. It is not something for which an apology is required. That's not really what I mean. I want to apologize for making light of the way of the sword. What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress past beginner level, that was disrespectful. To Master Kafai, to the school I follow, and to the path of the sword itself. And for those reasons, I feel it was inappropriate of me to say what I said, so I'm sorry. If that's the case, then there is one other person you should be apologizing to as well. I can't pretend to know much about your personal circumstances, but regardless of one's background or social standing, one should always be able to live with pride in himself or herself. Thus, if you truly did make light of yourself and your own abilities, there is an act of shame for which you owe yourself recompense. Let me ask you a question, Rean. Do you like the path of the sword? It's not really a matter of liking it or disliking it, I don't think. It's a part of my life, an inseparable part of who I am. That's all I wanted to hear. I feel exactly the same way. Laura. So you two are friends again then? Were we not? There was never any rift between us that I knew about. Indeed, it was all handled rather neatly, I felt. You're both so simple-minded. I feel like an idiot spending so much time trying to devise a plan to get the two of you to make up. Whoa, you did what now? That's actually really sweet. It is. All because she had so much trouble apologizing to Rean herself. She didn't want Laura to have to go through the same thing. Like I said, it's actually really nice of her. It would seem we've caused you undue concern. Oh jeez, can we just forget about this and move on? Oh, looks like the ground dried after the rainfall, so to speak. Glad to see you all looking a bit less gloomy. Margot, we've got trouble. Big trouble. Oh, slow down, Louise. It's first thing in the morning and you're about to poised to wake the dead. You're making such a commotion. Where have you been anyway? You're late. Oh, I'm sorry. I just got caught up on the way here. But never mind that. We have big trouble. Something terrible happened over at the market. Oh, something terrible, you say? Oh, what terrible thing has happened exactly? Oh, well, it sounds like it actually took place last night. 2 of the stalls over at the market were destroyed and all their merchandise was stolen. That is most terrible indeed. A robbery? Oh my. I suppose that means the market might be opening late today, which means we could end up with more customers as people wait here for resolution. Louise, let's get this place ready. Oh, you got it. Oh, as for you four, this is our problem, not yours. You just focus on your field study and leave this incident to us locals. We can't do that because I think we just found our required quest. You have your own tasks to worry about after all. Of course. We'll be back later. Thanks again. What should we do? I have to admit, I am curious. It's not far, so we might as well just go take a look. Alright, let's take a slight detour and see what happened at the market then. Yeah, I think we must intervene with the market. Because if something was destroyed, was stolen, which I can probably see that is probably one of the two guys' stalls, because one wants revenge on the other, so it's probably going to be one of the two. We need to help them resolve it before any violence comes into play. Because if the guy that doesn't have his market destroyed goes to the market and the one that is destroyed see him walking around, he's gonna go ballistic. So I think it would be a good thing if we try to intervene. And who knows, maybe we get some extra AP in doing so. But for now, let's see who we can talk to around town before having to go down there, cause it's a new day, so new things to talk about with everyone. Try not to worry about what happened at the Grand Market. This kind of stuff's been happening often recently, so we're used to it by now. You got your field study to focus on, right? Don't let other stuff distract you from that. Alright, well, we are gonna worry a little bit about it, because we might be able to resolve it. Okay. Don't think we need to rest, right? Soft and fluffy omelette. I think that's the one we also made based upon the recipe we gotten. And these are the 3 of the recipes we got. Nice. Does it also mean that at some point we're gonna learn how to make a crispy pizza ourselves? That would be really cool. Did something happen at the Grand Market? That ain't good. I had business to do there. Guess I got to wait around for now and see what happens. Lots of weird stuff happening at the Grand Market these days. Guess I gotta wait till their market opens up. Well, considering the ruckus, it's probably gonna be a while. Oh no, I still haven't finished preparing yet. We're probably going to have more customers than usual today too, so I need to hurry. Oh no. The key to being a successful merchant is knowing something's exact value. So, how you price your goods is important then. No, that's not it. Listen well now. There's plenty of different women. Really? He's still on about this conquests? He's not a merchant, he's just a dirty old man. However, all these lovely ladies are unique. You cannot compare them. Each and every one is worth dating. By understanding the true value of each girl, you will come to realize why. That's not what I wanted to hear. How in the world is this related to conducting business in the first place? Yes, and more importantly, how are you two still talking? Because you were already in this discussion yesterday, and Lance was already saying that he wasn't expecting this. I can't believe this. I stayed up a whole night listening to him, but didn't learn a thing about the key to becoming a successful merchant. Yep, and I don't think you ever will, to be honest. Oh, fresh eggs and bacon. Spread some butter on the rye bread. It's perfect. Oh, silly me. I can't spend too long here since it's finally time to conduct business with Squarrow. I guess I'll stick to at least 1 glass of beer then. Alright. Beer that early in the morning? Might be a little bit excessive. yeah. We can't go back. I know. There has been a robbery? That's terrible. But what's even more terrible is the Grand Market being unable to open. This might spell trouble. And he just keeps on playing like nothing's ever happened. Oh, how sorrowful. Once peaceful hearts have now turned wild. Worry not though, for I shall find their lost fragments of love. Feel free to fall for me, for it is only natural. Yeah, not all musical artists are, let us say, desirable. And you? Go get a fashion sense first, please. Hey, why won't the Grand Market open up? I can't hold back my desire to see my honey again much longer. Hey, why won't the Grand Market open up? Oh, baby, all these people means I've got a chance to sell big. Come on, people, I've got some news for you all right here. Grab the latest issue of the Imperial Chronicle while you can. Don't expect it to have anything about the Grand Market, though. That's quite the sales pitch. Well, he has to make some money. Still the first issue. You gotta get a new issue. Unbelievable. I came to buy some milk for breakfast and the market's closed. Alright, so we can't even check the guardhouse. Alright, can we get into the buildings here then? Not even that. This isn't good. Hopefully this settles down soon, otherwise I won't be able to open up my store. The deals I had scheduled for this morning may have to be skipped now. Hey, Squirrel! Your business partner is at the inn, so you can continue on if you wanted to. Now, I should check up on the price of rye once again to see if this has any effect on it. Oh, excuse me. What's the meaning of this? Why won't the market open? Someone needs to fix this quickly. My silk is waiting for me. From what I gather, the market will be unable to open today. Well, I suppose the silver lining is that perhaps I won't spend so much money. Yeah, because yesterday he had to spend 300,000 in order to buy what this girl or wife wanted. No, she definitely said Papa yesterday. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure why this is happening, but who am I to argue with silver linings? Oh, I'm sorry. The Great Market isn't quite open for business yet. Ah, it's the students from yesterday. Oh, good morning. Opening late today after all, I see. Ah, I'm afraid so. Guess you already know about the robbery yesterday, huh? The two merchants whose stalls were destroyed are still arguing about it. Ah, you bastard! You're not gonna get away with this. Oh no, not them. The manager came by to try and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. I hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Rean? Maybe we could try talking to them? Considering everything what happened yesterday, you just might be the cavalry we need right now. Would you mind? Oh, not at all. Yeah, let's go. So his stall got destroyed. How dare you destroy my stall, you damn coward! I knew you countryfolk were not to be trusted. Who else could have been? Just clean and admit it already. Oh, who are you calling a coward, you Heimdallerian snob? You're the one who wanted my spot all for yourself. Oh, calm down, gentlemen, please. Oh, playing all innocent and trying to pay me as the bad guy here, you make me sick. What do you say we settle this right here and now? Bring it on. Hold it. Ah, class 7. Ah, you kids again. Oh, keep your noses out of this. I'm gonna make him pay for smashing my stall. Oh, so his stall is smashed as well. but that wouldn't make any sense. If one of their stalls was destroyed, then yes, that makes logical sense that one of them did it, but if both of them are destroyed, what would be the benefit of that? Huh. Smashing? Wow, they really are completely ruined. Oh, this is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will still be smashed and you will be worse off. But this anger isn't gonna go away unless I do something. He took all my goods too, so I haven't even got anything to sell. What are you talking about? You were the one who stole my goods. Oh, and you're gonna give them all back right now and fix the damage you did to my stall, or else I can be held responsible for my actions. Oh, this isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to a word we are saying. Oh, what do we do? Stop this at once. The provincial army. What? What is the meaning of this? It's in the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But I believe you are the one in charge here. I demand an explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see. The market manager explained to the provincial army officer what had happened to the previous night. I see. The solution is simple then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls are destroyed, 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is clear as day. The 2 merchants in the midst of a heated disagreement committed the same crime at the same time. That makes absolutely no sense. But that's not fair, Do you not think it's premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The provincial army doesn't have time to waste solving the petty squabbles of merchants. But I'm not an unreasonable man. Cease your dispute and you'll be left alone. Continue and you will come with us. The choice is yours. Oh, they're trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened, to sweep the whole ordeal under the rug. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. Very well then. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you'll think twice before causing such a ruckus ever again. Now, if you'll excuse us, I'm a busy man. I have more pressing matters to attend to. The thing I find weird about this is because we've heard with incident before that they didn't even show up. And now suddenly they do? That seems a bit weird to me, to be honest. Yeah, there they go. Well, I guess they did stop those 2 from fighting, but they did nothing to solve the underlying problem. Oh, this isn't right. I see how the provincial army here conducts itself. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the 2 of you need to focus on keeping a cool head. If you have the time to fight, try use the time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah. I shouldn't have let my anger take control of me like that. We can't open the Grand Market for business until we've cleaned up these bested stalls. And we're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would you all mind lending me a hand? Market Manager Otto, with assistance from the merchants of the market, cleared away the remains of the 2 stalls. And with the help of Rean and the others on top of that, the Grand Market was finally able to open for the day, albeit behind schedule. Thanks to you 4, we were able to open up the Grand Market for business today a bit quicker than I expected. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am. Oh, there's no need for that. We barely did anything. Oh, I'm just glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. A merchant's stall is his livelihood. Any actions taken against it can throw him into a blind rage. It is hard to bring someone back from that. It would seem the problems facing the merchant in this town are quite grave indeed. The provincial army may have intervened, but it's difficult to believe they'd make no attempt to find an amicable solution. Quite right. It's clearer than ever now that they have no intention of trying to resolve any issue involving the market. And I can't see that changing unless we decide to just accept the sales tax increase and keep quiet about it. So, are they saying that the provincial army is strongmanning them in accepting the sales tax? But if that's what they're saying, and these two people, these two merchants, did not break the stall, did the provincial army have something to do with it then? We don't have enough evidence for that, but it would make sense, considering the fact that they never intervened before but did now. And Otto is saying that they wanted them to accept the sales increase and keep quiet about it. It would make sense, right? Because create problems at the market, making them bigger and bigger and bigger, and just not doing anything until they accept the sales tax. And this time they had to do something because the rockets got too much. And instead of solving the solution, they brute forced it by saying, both of you will be arrested for no reason whatsoever. Well, it did give a reason that they were both doing the same crime at the same time, but without any evidence, in order just to shut them up instead of solving the problem. One thing I do know for sure, there's something weird going on here with the provincial army, and I can't put my finger on it just yet. I think we need to investigate. Still, you'd think they'd at least be a little more subtle about the whole thing. There's no way those two merchants are just going to accept this and move on. No, I don't suppose they will. And if word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the market. Something definitely has to be done. I'm just not sure what. Is something wrong, Rean? You're awfully quiet. Are you feeling unwell? Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allowing us to investigate this morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting that we attempt to find the perpetrator who destroyed the merchant stalls ourselves? It's a kind offer, but as I said yesterday, this is our affair and not yours. You're students, and you have your own studies to worry about, and I wouldn't feel right interfering with them. We are students training for the military, though. We can't just stand by and allow something so unjust to go unchallenged. It's the provincial army's responsibility to address this, sure, but they're shirking their duties here, and that reflects poorly on us all. Well, that's true enough, I guess. But do you really think we're up for something like this? I kind of have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. We should at least check with Instructor Sarah first and see what she thinks. She already told us. Put your heads together and think, and I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. Her exact words. This seemed like exactly the sort of thing she meant. At least, it does to me. Oh. Oh, I see your point. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all. Yeah, you do make a good case. I'm still not sure if we're up to it, but I guess it can't hurt to try. Neither seek nor shun the fight. Very well. We shall do what we can. Are you really all sure about this? I'm certainly not going to say no. I'm very concerned about the market and the safety of our merchants. So if you're 100% sure, I have to admit, I truly would appreciate anything you can do for us. Oh, thank you, sir. We'll do everything in our power to find answers for you. Just be careful. Don't go seeking out trouble. I don't want your kids being put in danger. We're dealing with a criminal who acts under the cover of night. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I'm responsible for your safety. If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't even look Van Dyke in the eye anymore. Now, we'll be careful, we promise. I know I will at least. I probably need to be more careful than anyone else. Now that it is settled, we should act quickly. Yeah, let's get this investigation started. So, first things first, we need to decide where to start the investigation. Easy. Talk to everyone in town and see if we can gather up some clues about things that are just a bit off. Not just with the provincial army, not just with the market to merchants, but also in the rest of town. Because anybody could have seen anything, so it is a good thing to talk to everyone. And maybe we should also talk to the people of the Western and Eastern Highway. Just to see what they're thinking about all of this. And while we're doing that, we should also try to do the two optional quests we have open. Because I really do want to complete them before we figure out who did all of this. I'm sure we can. The logic starting point would be the Grand Market itself, the scene of the crime. Can't argue with that. We should probably get statements from those two merchants before anything else. Indeed, I anticipate they've called themselves by now, so perhaps we can get something a bit more substantial from him. We still have to ascertain their innocence or guilt in the matter as well. Yeah, we'll need to keep a close eye on the time though. If we miss the latest train to Heimdallr, we'll have no way of getting back to the academy today. Plus, we've been given other tasks too, and I'd really like to get them done. In short, we need to keep moving. Our deadline is 9 PM. Let's use every minute we have to accomplish everything we possibly can. Understood? You bet. Right. Well, I think the most positive thing about this is that we as a group are all on the same page. I'm 100% certain Group B cannot say the same thing. So yeah, so like I said, what we need to do is talk to everyone in town, and like I said, explicitly everyone at the Grand Market with the two merchants on the top of the list. And afterwards also go to the farmhouse on the Western and Eastern Highway. And I think if we did all that, and of course while we are talking to all of them, we can do the optional quest at the same time. We should have enough information or an indication about what's going on here. Is it someone at the marketplace, maybe even one of our merchants that actually did the vandalism or stealing, which in all honesty I do not believe? Is there evidence that the provincial army did something? Maybe. Or is there a third party that we do not know about that did all this for whatever reason? Which is also a valid option at this point. But we won't find that out until we talk to everyone. And that's what we're gonna do next time. Until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time as we start our investigation on the marketplace vandalism. See you then. Bye bye.